Hey, Darnell. Just want to ask you about the layoff, and I guess what would be the toughest thing coming back after 6 days off?
Um, you know, 6 days off. I think from our perspective, it's you want to come out here fresh and flying. I think we used it to the best of our ability. I mean, it's different when you're stuck in. We had one where we were stuck somewhere and we couldn't get out. It's different when you're home and you're able to have some type of normalcy with your families and going back and forth from the rink, and you can adjust your schedule that way. So I think for us, we use the week really well, practice hard, and yeah, we just got to come out and play. There's no thinking. There's a big 14 game stretch here, and we're excited to get it started.
Yeah, a couple of guys have talked about that being different, having the 6 day layoff in Montreal or 6 day layoff here at home. Obviously, mentally, that's a lot easier than it was when you guys were in Montreal, sitting in that hotel room all day.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, when you're in your familiar home around your families and dogs and everything, it's you find ways to kill time a lot better than sitting in the hotel room.
Bob Stauffer, 6:30 Chad.
Morning, Darnell. Just a thought on why the games against the Jets seem to be so entertaining. You and Connor have got some terrific career numbers against the Jets. Is there something about the tempo and the pace that they play with? Is there something with you played with Morrissey in the World Juniors and Connor knows Shifley. Like, why do you think there's this sort of entertaining engagement that occurs when the two teams play?
Yeah, I think obviously if you look at the lineups side by side, there's a lot of firepower on each side, and probably two teams that I wouldn't say are trying to play the exact same way, but they play hard. You never have really a clean out when you're trying to get out of your D zone. They're a good team, and I think on paper there's some similarities there. So I find every time we play against each other, they're entertaining and they go right down to the wire. And obviously, anytime you're playing a team that is near the top of the division, there's a little more. There's a little more, juice when you get into the game, and it's a team. Obviously, year in and year out, they have good teams in good spots, and so yeah, for us, I think it's just the team that we get up and play well against, and then they play well against us. So it's a challenge each and every time we play.
Thank you, Darnell.
No problem.
Daniel Ninja Bowman, The Athletic.
Morning, Darnell. I know you're a guy who likes to watch a lot of video, but you're playing a couple teams here in Winnipeg and Montreal that you could play in the playoffs. How beneficial is it to somebody like you who has to face these top end guys to get to play them so close to the end of the year?
Yeah, it's definitely beneficial. I mean, this is a unique year where you're only playing within your division, so you see every team a lot, and it's at that point where you're only really between six other teams you're going to play in the playoffs. So it's definitely beneficial to play against teams that you have a good chance of playing in the playoffs. And for us, I don't know, our mindset can't be strictly on this team may play in the playoffs. I think our mindset is more taking care of our own game and making sure that when these 14 games are up, one, we're in a good position going into the playoffs, and two, we feel good about our game. So there's a lot of hockey to be played still, and I think our mindset is more on taking care of our game and what we need to improve and get better coming into this final stretch.
Sure, and I know you're focused on the here and now, but as a team that you've been looking forward to getting back in the playoffs, and there's 14 games left. In a weird season like this, are you kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel that these playoffs are coming soon?
Yeah. I think for me personally, there's a lot of hockey still to be played. So it's fun that we're close to the end of the season and we're playing some meaningful hockey. But you can't get content and have your mind shift or your mindset shift to the future. We got a lot of work to do still here.
Final question, Jack Michael, 6:30 Chad.
Darnell, the last game you played against the Jets, kind of might have been, peak performance this year. I'm wondering, has it been difficult to maintain momentum when you've only had 8 games in 27 days?
Yeah, there's an element of there's an element of adjusting your game. There's an element of, obviously, to that point, I think we had played almost every other day with some 3 to 4 day breaks at some points in there. But from the start of the season to that point, and you kind of get in the flow and you're not thinking too much. You're just showing up and you're playing. And obviously, when you get into that flow, and then all of a sudden it's derailed a couple times, it feels like. Yeah, there's a sense of, maybe you're not in that same flow, like I was just saying. You're not in that same rhythm of playing each and every other night. But for us, that's no excuse. I think, like you said, we're excited about this challenge coming up here with the last 14 games coming up. We've had time to rest, had time to recover guys that have needed it, and guys that are playing heavy loads coming into going into those first 30 odd games. So yeah, now we need to take advantage of the opportunity at hand and use the time that we had off to our advantage.